G'day guys, Liam Fitzpatrick here. Back here with Matty Reynolds, Mitch back there. Everyone's been hassling us for ages to do this, how to build a chumper, how to put it together. This is gonna be a quick, we're in a 40-degree million plus heat shed here. We're going fishing. You want the video, we're making the video. Real quick, simple, how to. Matty's gonna walk us through it.
Pretty simple.
Mitch is here to G him up. And here we go, how to make a chumper. All right.
Alright guys, Matty here. So this is the Chumper. Quick little thing behind it. I was inspired by lure from Perfection Lures. Alright, so that's what inspired the Chumper. And since then I tried a few different types of hard bodies to work it and whatnot with the blade in front. At the end I came up with a stun jumper. As you can see, just perfect. That's what you wanted. You wanted a hard body that's gonna jump those stumps. And so that's why we went with the stunt jumper. Now I've found, guys, the 40mm, I believe it is. It's the finesse stunt jumper. They work the best, I find. But Liam did tinkle around with the 55. He tried the lead weights on the old stumpy. I've done the same with the 50 because the 50 tends to float a fair bit, and you want it to. The Chumper can work all depths from the surface right down to the bottom. So that's why you want it to be able to just sink and not have too much float about it. And that's why we did that with the 50, guys. So this is the main one that I use, guys. I use the 40mm. So very easy to put them together. And this is how I do it. So first of all, with the plain one here, those hooks there, once you tie a feather and tie a few skirts onto it, there's actually not much for the bass to grab or anything for that matter that wants to come up and have a taste. So first thing I've done is I take those trebles off and I switch them up with a bigger treble. As long as it adds extra weight as well. And it just, once you tie the feathers and the skirts on it, you've just got more points, exposure for that fish to grab onto on the treble with obviously the ties with the skirts and the feathers onto it. So I always work with a bigger set treble. All right, so as you can see here, guys, we've got one that's already pre-made. That's a bigger set hook than the old treble. As you can see, that's the difference right there. So it's pretty easy to tie on. This is a little fly kit I borrowed from Liam here. So you just place it in there like so, guys. You just put the treble in, tighten it up. And I always start with the feathers. Cheap as, just go to your $2 store, you can get them for $2, piece of piss. I will then put the feathers down first, guys. I'll lay them over, do a first couple ties, and then I'll do a couple hitches and get that set. Then I'll pick out what skirts I want, you know, whether I want to match the bait or whatnot, mix it up a bit. Then I'll add the skirts, do a couple ties. And once you've done a couple of ties, you can actually arrange it and place the same stuff that's on a spinnerbait and on your jigs. I originally was tearing blades off chatterbaits and all the skirting off all my old spinners and just old lures that I wasn't using that had that hanging around on them. And I've put them to use and that's how I've come up with them. I haven't found a store that actually sells them yet. You might find one online.
There are the odd joint that'll sell you a dress treble, but it's typically purely feathers. What Matty's got here with the mix of feathers and skirts is pretty much, like you said, what he likes to tinker with and what he finds works. Yeah,
so that's what I do with that, guys. And that's basically set. Once you've tied that off and you've hitched it off, I used to use super glue. What's the stuff you use?
Head cement. Any of the fly fishing guys out there, this is just my little box of bits. Yeah, head cement, just something that just seals those threads, stops it coming undone.
And I found that works perfect, guys. With the super glue, it does work, but it hardens, so it creates a bigger bulge on top, which you don't want because it's just restricting that hook grab area for your bass. So once you just do treble, guys, the next step is obviously getting a blade. I use the decoys. Pretty simple. They come in a pack of 3. They don't come with the split ring though, so you need to get yourself some split rings because they go on the bottom hole. And obviously they come with a little clip, as you can see on this one here, which goes through the 2 right there. So you'll grab your stumpy, you'll go to the front of it, you'll look at the toe point, easy enough, okay? So you'll take that off, you'll add a bigger split ring, which is obviously attached to your chatterblade that you've bought and you've just put together. and you'll just simply click that straight onto that spot there, and then that creates the chatter at the front of your chumper. Very, very simple. Very, very simple, guys. And after that, the next step is obviously taking the hooks and putting them back on the stunt jumper once they're done. So then you'll have a product that is sort of looking like this, all depending on the way that you put your trebles together, whether you had feathers or skirts or whatever you're using, guys. So you put that together. The next step, basically, you've already put the blade on. So that you want to make sure the blade's on the right swim pattern. If it's not on the right swim pattern, you're going to have a real wonk, and you don't want that. All right. So the next step, guys, is once you've put your chum together, obviously it's to go chuck it on your rod and go get it wet. And there's a few ways you can work this actually. So with that blade, it adds a little bit of extra weight to it, so you get that slow sink, especially with this 40mm stumpy you're using. With the slow sink, you can let it sink right to the bottom if you please. So I'm just letting it sink, it goes like that on the way down, guys. And once it's on the bottom, just let it sit, give it a couple of twitches, it'll just come up and it will flutter back down. You don't have to work it fast, you don't have to work it slow, you can just work it at your pace. You can just leave it there if you want and let the current do it for you. It'll work and it will catch a fish. If that's not working, you can speed it up, so you can let it drop, say, halfway through the depth of the system that you're fishing and try that middle column. And just, you don't want a real fast retrieve. You want a slow to medium. The slower you go, the straighter it's going to go. The second you start to wind a little bit too fast, you'll feel it in the lure. The lure will actually start to flare out a little bit, which isn't bad. The fish are still going to smash it, I've found. But I feel a little bit more confidence with the straighter swim. So that's why I like that slow to medium. Now, if you want to use it on the surface, it's very, very easy to do. All you do is you set your cast where you want to cast, you cast it out, then you want to give a quick couple good cranks, and you'll feel it, you'll see it as well on the surface of the water, and you'll see that vibration. So then it's up to you then to be able to feel how fast that lure needs to be traveling to stay underneath the water. And what it does basically, it just creates a huge weight on top of the surface water. And I've had plenty of bass come up, smash me that way. I've had the odd bycatch, the Marys, come up and smash them that way as well. But my favorite way, guys, is just to let them sink a couple seconds, couple winds, let it pause, let it sink, couple twitches. It's going to get way more attention, I feel. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. This is the how-to do the chumper. It's pretty rushed because we're about to go do a flick and it's about 40 degrees. But that's pretty much how you do it, guys. So the blades, I get them, they're decoys, fishing blades. You can get them in silver or gold. Liam can talk about the difference in blades, different colours if he wants. Gold, I think it's better for murky water.
Yeah, gold, like a bit of a darker tannin stain. Silver is, typically a clear water sort of flash colour. But that's the chumper in a nutshell.
That's it, guys. And yeah, if you just put a couple together and you hook up, please hashtag chumper. I'd like to see your catches. It's a real big buzz because this lure I just put together really, and it's been doing really, really well.
Matty Reynolds, Matt's Bass Fishing on Instagram.
Check it out, guys.
Tag away.
But yeah, let's go fishing, boys.
All right, let's do this.
Woo!
So there's your little chumper, the finesse, 3.5. That's the bait you're going to start out with. Like Matty said, blades. Now you can get these, they come in small, medium, large. You can beef it up, tweak it. That's the size that works for Matty. You can see I let him a little fly box there. You can put whatever you want on. You can put marabou, bloody crystal flash, silicon skirts, feathers. You can play around with this.
Tinsel, I've used it.
Tinsel. Really. Matty raided the Christmas tree once, upset his parents.
Yeah,
but that's it. That's the chumper. Stick a blade on the lure. Get the weight up a bit. That's those extra weighted trebles. The blade adds the weight. It's a slow sink. It gets it down in the fish's face. Allows you to work all that bit of the water column. Got a hook in the finger. Yeah, that's it. That's everything. If we missed something, if you've got any more questions, hit us up in the comments. Hit Matty up on his Insta. That's it, that's a Chumper. There you go, like I said, you can use a fly vise. Matty used to do this by hand, just wrapping thread, crazy stuff. There is a pile of all the baits. Your standard nude, stocko little Chumper. Put a blade on there, clips on with the clips, split ring on there, put whatever crazy little fluff and bits you want to put on there. Away you go. That's that perfection lures that sort of inspired him.
Yeah, that was the one that inspired me, and it works a treat, guys. So this is what inspired me, guys. This is what it is. This is a perfection lure from Trevor. And yeah, this is what inspired the Chumper. So big shout out to him, and yeah, thanks mate. You've helped me catch a few fish through my own creations, and yeah, thanks mate.
All right, that's it. How to make a Chumper. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Need to know anything, hit us up. All the socials, Matty's Bass Fishing, Matt's Bass Fishing,
Yeah,
Instagram.
Matt's Bass Fishing, guys.
Hit me up, Liam Fitzpatrick, all my social stuff. Anything you need to know, like Matty said, if you catch some, if you make a Chumper, tag him in it, hashtag Chumper.
Yeah, let us know about it.
Yeah,
I want to hear about
share it. You know, make your own vids. You know, show us what you come up with.
Yeah,
so.
show us what creations you come up with.
All right, we're going fishing. It's stinking hot. Hardly a breath of wind out there. The creeks have had a bit of water in them, so we're gonna go smash some bass. So,
You.
cheers, guys. Catch you next time. You're in there, Mitch.
Yeah.
You're there.
Oh man.
This will be the outtakes at the end. 3, 2, 1. Queuing.
Say something, man. I was doing it perfect.
Alright.
I was doing it perfect.
Yeah, that's the problem. I was behaving myself too. Fuck us, man.
Alright.
I'm not even thinking about what I'm saying now.
Alright.
What you wanted? You wanted a hard body that's gonna stump those jumps. Oh.
That's good, man.
Oh.
Stop those jumps.
I was inspired by a mate's lure. Forgot fucking what it was. His name's Trevor Norton.
Trevor
Oh, I
Saunders.
can't do it in there. Peace, peace.